My name is Rob Little. I'm an actor and award-winning comedian. As I travel the country headlining the hottest comedy clubs, I always take the time to learn some history along the way. In this series, I'm going to show you America's history like you've never seen it before, through the eyes of a comedian. It's not about making fun of history, it's about making history fun. I'm Rob Little, and here's a little history. What do automobiles, airplanes, and the assembly line all have in common? Henry Ford. We're here at the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan. My name's Rob Little, and here's a little history. This is awesome. Here at the Henry Ford Museum, they're basically telling stories of inventors. Well, Henry Ford was one himself.
Henry Ford, he impacted the world. He changed the world by putting America on wheels. So he basically invents mass production and makes cars affordable for people. He goes ahead and he's going to go ahead and pay $5 a day for someone to work at Henry Ford's plant.
$5 a day didn't really seem like a whole lot, but back then...
Right, it literally doubled what an unskilled worker made on the assembly line.
Well, there's one interesting thing that I think a lot of people might even walk past here in the museum, and that is...
It is Edison's last breath, and it's in a small test tube on the museum floor. And, well, people get the wrong impression. It's not like, his family was sort of waiting and going, oh.
Son, this is the end.
It was in the room. The test tubes were in the room at the time that he died. They were capped up and they were sent to Henry Ford. And it really speaks to Henry Ford and his idea of history.
Everyone knows Henry Ford is automobile. That's what you think of immediately. But I think there's something else that a lot of people don't know about him.
Right. He actually had an impact in more than just the automobile. Really, the first commercially successful aircraft is a Ford. It's a Ford trimotor. He even had a dream that one day he was going to put America in the air, right? We'd all fly to work.
Honey, I'm going to the grocery store. I'm taking the jet. Little known fact, did you know the phrase, "Can you give me a lift," was intended to get someone to lift the crank on the front of a Model T to start it? Little known fact. We just stumbled upon something else that just blew my mind.
Well, this one has to do with some of the unintended consequences of putting America on wheels, and that is, well, this letter is written by a guy named Clyde Champion Barrow. You remember he used to drive around the country with his friend Bonnie.
Bonnie and Clyde.
You got it, Bonnie and Clyde. So this letter is a thank you letter thanking Henry Ford for building such a fast car in the Ford V8. And he says, "I've driven Fords exclusively whenever I could get away with one."
Dear Henry Ford, your V8 engine is amazingly fast. Dear John T. Thomas, your Tommy guns are a work of art. Dear Indiana Bank and Trust, your money has really helped pay my bills. Sincerely and thank you, Clyde Barrow. Coming up next week, we're going to Motown, where history gets a little bit funky.